Hello friends, welcome back to another episode of CivOps Gear, reviewing all the EDC gear for everyone from the discerning civilian all the way to the experienced operator. Today, speaking of experienced operators, I want to talk to you about the Luminox Navy SEAL Blackout watch, which is part of the Navy SEAL series from Luminox, or the 3580 series if you're looking for the model number. This all blacked out chronograph version is particularly the 3581, and I've had this watch for a while. I've been wearing it. It comes with this rubber strap, and it is a very, very, very cool watch. We're going to just have a quick look at the watch itself, what it is comprised of, what it does, and then we're going to talk about changing the band from this rubber strap to a metal strap, particularly one straight from Luminox themselves, so that it matches in all ways. Why I'm doing that, and we're going to go through the process, what should be a very easy and quick process. So a quick look at the watch, and I'm going to share a link in the description or in the comments below this video if you'd like to have a look at getting yourself one of these watches, and I'll also share a link to the bracelet band. The watch is extremely cool. Not all of them in the series are completely blacked out. Some of them have some red in them, some of them have a little bit different colors, but they're mostly, for the most part, a largely black watch. And of course, that kind of goes with the whole spirit of the Navy SEAL style. And listen, let's cover something right away. It's not like this is an official watch that all Navy SEALs wear. Let's talk about the reality of any of the operators that any of us know or work with. G-Shocks are largely, by far and away, a very common watch in the actual operator community. And the closer your operators get to actual like door kickers, the more for sure they're probably wearing G-Shocks. But aside from G-Shocks, I have to say this might be the next best option, just because it is extremely tactically proficient and efficient. Let's have a quick look at the watch itself. You can see it's a chronograph. Obviously, all of the markers for the hours are marked with these little white dashes. What those white dashes are, they're actually not white, they're actually tritium. So this watch, without ever being hit with light, will automatically glow in such a cool way. And in fact, since I'm not able to turn all the lights dark enough in this room at the moment to show you, I'm going to put right here an image for you to show you exactly what this face looks like when the lights are out and the tritium is glowing. Have a look right here. Now, when we're looking at the face in the light, you can see it's got this very cool grained texture on the actual face itself. And then the bezel actually does one-way rotate, and it's not free rotating. It actually has a full 60-click rotation, and there's very, very little backwards movement at all. It really, really locks up nicely. So if you have a diving operation or a flying operation, you can absolutely use this to keep track of any number of things, particularly your oxygen, if you're diving. And then, of course, it's got the date at your 6 o'clock position. It's got your second hand movement at your 3 o'clock position, sort of your 2:30 position right there. And then with the top button here, that'll start your stopwatch. You can see the large second hand moving now with the stopwatch. And then of course it'll keep track of your minutes and your hours as your stopwatch goes. Press again to stop, press the bottom button to reset. Simple enough. Now, Like I said, this version is all blacked out, and other versions are available with some color variation, but for the most part, they're largely all black. Some have some red in them. There is a model that right along this edge here says the only easy day was yesterday in red. So that can be cool if any of you are looking for that. So this has a rubber strap on it, which is extremely comfortable. No problem at all. But, you know, I'm more of a bracelet guy. And being that I have never and probably won't ever use this watch in an actual scuba environment, especially when I too tend to resort to my G-Shocks, but I wanted to try the bracelet band. I had a sort of generic 24 millimeter bracelet band, and that's what this takes, 24 millimeter bands. This also, just so you guys know for reference, this is approximately 42, the face itself is approximately 42 millimeters, and if you measure all the way from the outside to the top of the crown, it comes in right around 51 millimeters, right around 50, just under 51 millimeters. So it's a fairly large watch, but it's lightweight. It weighs very, very little. It's shocking how little it weighs. So I tried a generic black band, but if you'll notice, most of this is a carbon material, and it really doesn't have the gloss of a traditional black band. It's a little bit more matte finish. So I went ahead and I found this bracelet band from Luminox, and this should match exactly. And if you'll see here, it looks like that material is going to match perfectly. So we're going to get started on changing this band, make sure that it works out. Let me get the plastic wrap off of this bracelet band, and as soon as I do that, we will be ready to go. Stand by one. And we got all of the wrapping off, it looks like, and now we can definitely see that this is absolutely the original band for this watch. The material is the same, should be good to go. So, wow, is this lightweight. Just like the watch, this band weighs very, very little. This is going to be a very comfortable band to wear, and it looks like, very interesting. It shows you arrows on the back, yet these are not push-out pins. These are screw-out pins. So, okay, it'll be interesting to size this. Meanwhile, let's get it installed on the watch. All it should take is a simple watch tool, and should be as easy, see if anything ever is as easy as it should be as simple as simply inserting this tool between the band and the watch and pulling down on the pin, and there we go. There's one side out. We'll keep that pin, and let's do the same thing on this side. And very easy to get that out. Okay, the beauties of a watch tool. And now let's see which way we want to go with this. Okay, this is going to be the bottom. So this should be as simple as lining up the pin in the hole and then pushing down on the pin to insert it. Easy. All right, we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. Yep. Looking good so far. Always a beautiful treat when something works out as easily as it's supposed to. I've been wanting to do a video for you guys about changing the band on an MRG G-Shock, one of the very, very exclusive G-Shocks, but of course Casio has made it a proprietary process and does not allow you to have the tool. So they make it basically impossible for you to change your own band on your G-Shock. Luminox, however, made it about a 2-minute long process to do that. And there we go. So now we're going to figure out how to size this, and that looks fantastic. That clearly goes with that watch. That is clearly the original band, bracelet meant for that watch, and that's a beautiful thing. So now we're going to figure out how to take out, what do you guys think? Probably 4 links there. All right, so let's move on to that process now. Okay, my friends, here's what's going on. I have already sized the bracelet. Once I figured out exactly what the correct process was to get this done, I realized that doing it on camera was going to be, without literally just getting my head in the frame, was going to be very difficult, because this is not that easy of a process, actually. I mean, it's easy, but it was more difficult than I thought it would be. You definitely need 2 very small flathead screwdrivers. And you also need your watch tool, the other side of it. You need the pointed side. So what I've done is, to show you the actual process and what's going on, I'm just going to demonstrate for you on these links here. Now, if you can see closely, you'll see that there are arrows pointing on the back side of these links. What those are really showing you is that you want to hold the screw on the side that is the base of the arrow, okay? And you want to unscrew the tip, unscrew the side that is at the tip of the arrow. And they do not come apart all that easily. So, hold on, let me make sure I have this going the right way. This is a ratcheting screwdriver. So, you have to break what feels like a little bit of Loctite first. I don't know if it's Loctite or if it's just, and I'm going to show you when we take this out of here exactly what you have to achieve by showing you the inside. So there we go, we got that. And now you're going to unscrew this side. Okay, and when you get that out enough, you can pull this tiny pin out. Okay, that's what you're dealing with on that side. Drop that. Now you're going to have to take your watch tool and you're going to want to insert the narrow pointed end of your watch tool into the hole, and try not to go down the center because you don't want to push down into the middle of the pin. You'd rather kind of glide along the side and push on along the outside, and that will push out this pin on the other side at the base of the arrow. And when you pull that out, you see you've got the whole pin there. Okay, and so what you're dealing with, that you're trying to achieve, is you see that these connect into one another. Okay, the small side screws into the long side, and it actually goes in pretty far before it stops. So that's what you're trying to achieve. That's what's going on the inside of those links. All right, so you want to hold the base of the arrow side and unscrew the tip of the arrow side, and that will separate the links for you. Meanwhile, I'm happy as a clam. I've sized this and it is exactly what I wanted it to be. I'm thrilled with my Luminox 3581 blacked out Navy SEAL chronograph. And I hope that this was helpful. If any of you want to pick up this watch, or if you'd like to grab this band because you already own the watch, check in the description of this video and I will share all the links with you. Also, if this was helpful, please go ahead and give a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave me a comment telling me that this was a waste of your time or that this was helpful to you. And also make sure to go ahead and follow us on Instagram at CivOps_gear. Until the next time, I will catch you guys on the very next CivOps gear review. Bye-bye.